Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Bravehearts, and good morning, Garfield, New Jersey. Welcome back to Marv in the morning. Man, I missed yesterday. Well, first miss in a month. I guess I can't be too hard on myself, but I definitely felt off kilter, off balance yesterday with missing the episode. That's for sure. That's for sure. I definitely felt like something was missing from my day. And I don't like that feeling. It's like when you go to the gym every day. Well, hopefully you don't go to the gym every day. Unless you do. I mean, to each their own. But you do something every day. Then one day you don't do it. You just feel like the rest of the day is off. Like, my coffee didn't taste the same. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Marv in the Morning, episode 21. The topic for today is, can podcasting be a form of therapy? I think the obvious answer is yes. Obviously, anything can be therapy, right? But I want to dig deeper, and I want to kind of go from it from my own perspective. I tried to research it and find accounts of people who also have described podcasting as a form of therapy, and I can't really. Unfortunately, the self help world is littered with a lot of marketing and business, like shady business, unfortunately. Like, self-help is a big industry, and unfortunately the bulk of what I found online was a lot of how you can make money by creating a therapy podcast, which that kind of brought me down a little bit, because I was like, damn, that's like all I could really find on the topic. So I just went within myself and said, I'm just going to speak from my own experience at this point. Not really rely on research for it. But not to put a damper on the episode. The timestamps will be below if you want to skip ahead to the meat and potatoes. If you're watching post live, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Show us some love. We have a Discord link in the description. If you want to jump in there and submit podcast episodes for me to review, feel free to jump in there. We have an event coming soon, October 22nd, Ladies of Bravery, a live podcast showcase. It's going to feature the Illest Girls Next Door, the No Filter podcast, and the Spiritual Tip podcast. So, pull up for that. Eventbrite coming soon. It's gonna be a great night. Three live shows, 3 great podcasts. It's in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. We are seeking vendors, so if you know anyone that wants to be a vendor, or if you yourself would like to become a vendor for the event, give me a call. The number's on the flyer. You can also contact me with the email in the description of this video. Let's get in touch. The daily shout out today, and without a doubt, as we're speaking about therapy this episode, the daily shout out today goes out to the Therapy Without a Degree podcast. Shout out to Joe Fucarino. He's been rocking and rolling, I think, even before I even got started in this business. And it's not by chance that me and him crossed paths. It really was the stars aligning. I think he was an Uber driver for one of my clients, and they appeared on his show. I think he appeared on theirs, and from there we worked together for a short period of time. And let me tell you, Joe is an authentic person, and he's described his journey through therapy. He's described his mission statement as helping others and creating within himself the world that he wants to live in. Be the change that you want to see in the world is his last episode that he actually uploaded on his YouTube channel. So Joe's awesome. I find solace in listening to him in his podcast. And I think he accomplishes exactly what he sets out to do. Create an environment of I guess mental health, checking in. Did I align those words correctly in that sentence? Yeah, he creates a great environment for you to go um, to feel good. I think therapy, at the end of the day, if you want to put it in the most layman terms possible, is anything that makes you feel good. And I think I feel good listening to therapy without a degree. So shout out to Joe Fucarino. Make sure you check him out. Check him out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Uh, Love the guy. Awesome, awesome human being. And a lot of what I'm thinking about today, I'm sure he's covered over the course of his maybe 500. How many episodes you got, Joe? It's a large number, triple digits. So check him out. Check him out. Here's a clip from his show, most recent episode that he's uploaded to YouTube. You know, put the sound down there, and we'll skip ahead a little bit. He has Mike Kamado as a guest on this episode. Hope I didn't butcher that name. Shout out to Mike. But yeah, make sure you check him out, guys. Give the man a sub, follow, and all that. Show him some love. Tell him Marv in the morning sent you. All right, guys. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. This is gonna be a short and sweet episode, considering the fact that I have an appointment very near to 10 o'clock. So have to kind of make this count. You know what I mean? I think having short and sweet episodes are good because you make it count more. It's not as much filler. It's all rich in protein when you do something short and sweet. At least for the most part, I try to think of it that way. But I've said it before. I've said it probably weekly. I've said it. That doing this Marv in the morning has been therapeutic for me. I think that just speaking, just getting your thoughts, into the air, into the atmosphere, the releasing of energy is what's really therapeutic about podcasting. The exchanging of energy as well when you're speaking to someone else on a topic. When someone says something horrible to you and it upsets you, it's an exchange of energy. It's someone giving you the, I guess, force of energy that is in a negative spirit towards you. Someone is feeding you their negative spirits when someone is making you feel down, is saying something that will uplift you too. It can work in vice versa sense too. And releasing that spirit kind of is powerful. It's I guess it's almost like hitting a punching bag when you just have so much energy to release and someone needs to vent. I think that's why going to a therapist is so powerful, because it's a releasing of energy. It's that stored up energy, be it negative or positive, that is within you, that the releasing of it, the kineticness of it all. And I'm trying not to come away pretentious from this episode, but I'm also trying to articulate as well as possible what is happening when someone is speaking to you. Much like electricity, I think words carry a positive and negative charge. And whether you're saying something positive or negative, the ear is receiving this positive or negative energy, and it is affecting the spirit at that point. I wouldn't consider myself a spiritual person. I wouldn't even say that I carry a lot of weight or not a lot of knowledge. Rewind. I wouldn't even say that I carry a lot of knowledge in the mental health space. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily feel like I know it all. I wish I could know more, and I'm seeking more knowledge in that space. But I do know that words carry energy, positive and negative energy, and releasing that energy, the kineticness of it, does something to our spirits. I call it spirit. You may call it just the body, just the nerve endings of our brain. Something is going on there. I'm not a religious person. I'm not a spiritual person. I don't have a lot of context for what I'm saying, honestly, but something is going on there. And getting on a podcast, spewing the positive energy, releasing it, the release of it, It's therapeutic. It's heartwarming. It's powerful. I wish I could even say more. It just has a good feel. It just feels good, to say it as layman's as possible. It just feels good. I know that when I come up here and when I'm setting up in the morning, I'm not thinking about the worries of life. I'm not considering the bills I have to pay. The job I have to work. If you're still working a normal 9 to 5, um, the worries of life kind of take a back seat when I'm setting up that camera in front of me that I'm looking right at. When I'm, setting up lighting, when I'm, putting together notes for an episode, promoting the episode on Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot. These things take a back seat to the pleasures of being creative. And podcasting, it just, to put it as simple as possible, takes your mind off the worries of life, at least for a limited time. Whatever verbal caffeine you drink, whether it be like the Gary V stuff, whether it be, hopefully not the Andrew Tate stuff, whatever gets you going, gets you moving, is what's important. I don't think you need to necessarily critique something that's not for you. I for a long time have not been a fan of Gary V and his style of motivation, his FU and cursing, and you get off your tush and make it happen. But at the same time, I can't knock it if it works for other people, if it makes other people happy, if it gets them moving, if that transfer of all that kinetic force that he is expelling gets you to achieve your dreams, then I won't knock it. You know what I mean? It's almost like drinking your cup of coffee. Everyone has their different cup of coffee. I drink it straight black. That's what's in here. It's just 100% Bustelo black coffee and water. Homogenized through heat and whatnot. But yeah, I'm speaking from my own heart and soul at this point. I don't have any notes on this. It's like I said. But for me, it definitely feels good to let out to vent, to just speak my mind, to just speak about what I'm going through in life. And even if we're talking about just things in the periphery of podcasting, right? Things that are not in the linear path of podcasting, but in the periphery. The family that I've built, the network, the people I've met, all the fat, skinny people, all the tall, short people, all the nobody people, all the somebody people. I never would have ever imagined I'd have met so many people in the podcasting world. Like I spoke about Joe earlier. My podcasting family, my Bravehearts, the No Filter podcast, Illa's Girls, Goodfellas, Spiritual Tip, Corny Dads, It's Friday Super, all of them. That One Piece talk. I gotta look at the board. Once I say one, I have to say them all. We Outside podcast, all of them. Everyone that I've met in this world of podcasting, they all uplift me and they empower me to do what I'm doing. I can speak about before I was even in the podcasting world. While I was working, I worked at a sign shop. I was sanding metal 8 hours a day sometimes. Sometimes I was on the road. I was on the top of a building, passing screws to an installer. I was like the helper on there. I'm a 23-year-old Marv, bending the metal and doing all these things. But and while it's not a bad way to live, it definitely wasn't the exchanging of energy that made me feel good. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. When I've heard people tell their stories of why they got into podcasting, why they decided to go this route, many a times it's them having the feeling that, hey, I feel like I'm meant for more. And if breaking that down, I kind of feel like that always is just the exchanging of energy isn't appropriate or fine-tuned to your life. There's plenty of people who are managers at the mall or working at McDonald's or anything like that they are happy with their lives. There's nothing wrong with doing for a living what makes you happy. There's nothing wrong with doing for a living what makes you happy, right? But the reason people get into podcasting is because they need an exchanging of energy that is fine-tuned to their spirit, because everyone has like a different spirit, right? We have Tamika in the chat. Hey, my fave, how you doing, my love? How's everything? So yeah, I even what she just said there, like I said, I think words carry a negative and positive charge, and even her saying, "Hey, my fave," words with a positive charge, much like electricity. And podcasting, as this is mostly a spoken word format, if I'm saying something positive and you are absorbing it through your ears, you will receive a positive, force in you, I guess you can say. Absolutely. I feel good doing what I'm doing. I get reciprocated the energy that I'm giving out. Most of the time. There are absolutely times where listening to something that carries a negative charge really just drains me completely. And at that point, that's why I'm very, very careful with what I'm absorbing. I don't let people put their phones in my face to show me a video or a picture or anything. I'm very, very force field from what I'm not prepared to absorb. And it's probably my biggest pet peeve when someone goes, "Yo, Marv, look at this." I totally will be like, no, I won't absorb that unless I know what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? I don't have anything wrong with, I don't think anything bad of people who, watch some crazy videos or people falling off skateboards, or even to a higher extent, worse things than that. To each their own, but I can't absorb that energy. I don't want to absorb that charge. I'm riding a high, and I've been riding this high for a long time. And I give a lot of thanks to myself. I pat myself on the back right here. I thank myself a lot for being able to withhold from allowing negative energy to come in my path. Right? I will not look at something I'm not prepared to look at. Even on social media, if I am scrolling and there is something that just totally throws off my energy, like kind of drains me a little bit, I will absolutely unfollow, unlike, press the button that asks you extra questions like, "Hey, I don't want to see more of this." Navigating social media is a fickle. It's a tricky thing, man, because sometimes you just can't avoid. You just cannot avoid the what's on there. You know what I mean? Sometimes things will just come your path just through the scroll. At that point, I just have to scroll even faster. But yeah, controlling what enters your space is important. Setting that boundary. I let it be known to a lot of my friends, like, yeah, don't stick your phone in my face if you're going to show me something. Just tell me what I'm going to be looking at first before you do it. If you have to, if you feel like I must see this. But yeah, that's one of my boundaries. That's my biggest boundary probably. Because if everyone has a computer in their pocket, you never know what they're going to show you, right? But yeah, getting back to podcasting, the people I've met here, the exchanging of energies between everyone that's a creative here at Bravery, it has changed my life, like in more than just in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm as well. Everyone that gives me kind words, everyone that says thank you at the end of a session. I've recorded people who was their first time ever podcasting, and the high they get once it's all done. You know what I mean? The high, like riding it after doing it for an hour with the headphones on and you're only listening to voices, the voices of your podcast teammates and yourself. Like I said, that once again, the positive and negative charges of words. So when you have a podcast and there's this exchanging of energy and you're just absorbing it through the headphones, that's why I absolutely love when everyone wears headphones at the table. Just blocking out the outside world. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You're there in the zone, just exchanging energy and whatnot. But yeah, Bravehearts, that's my piece on podcasting as a form of therapy. Once again, make sure you give me this video a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing. Subscribe if it's your first time and you like what you're hearing as well. Notification bell if you want to stay tuned for more Marv in the morning. But yeah, like I said, I was going to keep this episode short and sweet. Just for the fact that I'm speaking from like the heart at this point. I'm just ranting all over the place with this. I don't have a lot of notes. That was great. Yo, shout out to Jeps, man. Shout out to Scarlett. The Bravehearts are pulling up now, huh? Shout out to all of you. Yeah, you guys, that exchanging of energy, like I said, I dig it. I dig it. I totally dig it. I guess what I keep coming back to this episode, since I'm just going off the dome with no notes, is that words carry positive and negative charges. And podcasting gives you somewhere to release that energy. Just the releasing of it itself is a relief for the soul, for the spirit, right? For whatever thing you believe in that is within you, that is not just organs and tissues and blood and everything that makes up a human body. There is something in us. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm not religious. I'm not spiritual. I'm not. I believe that you manifest whatever you believe in. So if you believe in something, you're manifesting it into reality, right? This is why people, even ancient people, can feel the presence of gods and whatnot, because they manifest it within themselves. But yeah, podcasting has been my therapy. Doing Marv in the morning has been my therapy. Talking to you guys every morning is my therapy. I love this, man, and I hope that I'm reciprocating that energy back at you guys. I hope that energy is coming right back at you, because gosh darn it, I love doing this and I love talking to you guys. You know, and then if I was to think about what life would have been had I not found this path, had podcasting not found me, you know, I didn't create Bravery Studios. That was Juan Perez. So imagine if he didn't find me and bring me into this world. You know, what would I be doing? Where would I be able to release the energy? You know, that's the parallel universe Marv. He's probably I don't know. What is he doing? He's probably manager at ShopRite or something. Nah, parallel universe Marv better be doing good. If I go to another parallel universe, I hope I'm doing good over there. But I guess there's so many parallel universes where I have to be doing bad in a few of them, right? There's infinite amounts of it, right? When I get the Doctor Strange powers, I'm gonna go pay myself a visit in other multiverses and see what's up. Oh, that Marv is he's a billionaire. I feel like this was a good talk, especially for the gloomy weather we've been having lately here in Jersey, man. It's been raining since Saturday, I think, and not that, you know, we have it the worst here, but you know, I think the energy of sound, the raindrops coming down, I'm hearing them from my window behind me. And I'm absorbing that too. I think every sound carries a negative and positive charge, right? Right. Bingo, says Jeps. Mondo bingo. But yeah, Bravehearts, this is where we're going to leave it at. You know what I mean? Thank you for kicking it with me. For Marv in the morning today. We'll be back, Manana. And do I have anything else? Any last words to say? Look forward to Saturday. We got an interview with Big Bad Diabla, and then I also am going to be interviewing a few people on Saturday myself. I'm going to try to knock out like 3 interviews on Saturday. That way I'm ahead with the live from Bravery Studios. I got to get Matt from Prototype back in here for part 2. Matt Zaytoon. I have Dr. Johanna Rogers coming by. She used to podcast here back in the day, and she's been rocking and rolling on the theater scene. The Ism. I ran into him at QXT's, and we chopped it up, and he said, hey, I want to come on your podcast as well. I was like, rock and roll. I was like, rock and roll. And then we have Tomorrow Never Promised. Pulling. I know Jeps is gonna like Tomorrow Never Promise. Brooklyn Boys. I know you're from the Bronx, but you know, Brooklyn Boys are gonna be here. Rock and roll band, rock band, metal band. I think they call it dark grunge. So I look forward to all those episodes. Marco Dobre as well contacted me. I'm surprised that a lot of people are reaching out to me for interviews now. I've never been the interview guy. I've never been the interview guy. To be honest with you, I speak about what I know about. I don't think my strengths lie in doing interviews, even though I could tell you how to do a good interview. I have a whole episode on that, but I've never been the interview guy. But you know, people are reaching out. They want to come on, and yeah, I oblige. Yeah, for sure. But thank you for kicking it with me, Bravehearts. Stay brave and keep on keeping on.